Tyler was the poster boy for this Delulu lifestyle. He was a 23-year-old influencer from LA who thought he had main character energy. He had the bleached hair, the fake tan, and a personality that was mid at best. Along for the ride were Chloe, a UK-based it girl, who lived for the drama, and Jax, an Australian cameraman who was only there because Tyler owed him $5,000. They weren't in the Appalachian Mountains for the nature. They were there to find the Grinning Man's cabin. Legend said the house was cancelled by the forest decades ago after a family went ghost in the middle of dinner. Brew, the signal is straight up trash out here, Chloe groaned, holding her iPhone in the air like a holy relic. How am I supposed to go live if we're in a literal dead zone? Chill, Chloe, Tyler snapped, adjusting his ring light. The raw footage is gonna be fire. When we drop this, the ops are gonna be shaking. No cap, this is the most haunted spot in the US. We're gonna be legends. Jax just spat on the ground. It's sus, mate. The locals at the gas station looked at us like we were already dead. We should low-key head back. Stop being a pussy, Jax, Tyler laughed. The vibes are immaculate. Look, through the mist, the cabin appeared. It wasn't aesthetic. It was a rotting carcass of wood and rusted nails, slumped in the shadows of the pines like a dying animal. The front door didn't just open, it exhaled. A smell of wet fur and old copper hit them like a physical blow. Ugh, smells like someone's gym bag in here, Chloe gagged, pulling her hoodie over her nose. This is giving me major, ick, vibes. They stepped inside. The floorboards screamed under the designer sneakers. Tyler turned on his high-output LED light, cutting through the dark. The house was frozen in time. Plates of moldy, black food sat on the table. But the weirdest part, the mirrors. Every single mirror in the house was painted over with black tar. That's some high-level weirdcore shit right there, Tyler whispered, leaning in to film a close-up. Check it out, guys. Why hide the reflections? Is the ghost insecure or something? LMAO. Jax wasn't laughing. He pointed his camera at the corner of the ceiling. Yo, Tyler, look at the corners. In every corner of the room, there were small, hand-carved dolls made of human hair and twigs. And they weren't just hanging there. They were all facing them. Probably just some local pranksters trying to be edgy, Tyler said, though his voice was shaking. Let's go to the basement. That's where the Grinning Man supposedly lived. No cap, if we find a skull, we're going viral for sure. The basement stairs were more like a ladder into a throat. One by one, they descended. The air down there was thick, like breathing through a wet towel. Tyler pointed his light around. It was a concrete room with a single chair in the middle. Behind the chair, the wall was covered in thousands of Polaroid photos. Chloe walked up to the wall, her breath hitching. Guys, these aren't old photos. Tyler looked. He felt his stomach drop. The photos were of them. There was a shot of Chloe at the airport in London 2 days ago. There was a shot of Jax at a bar in Sydney last month. And there was a shot of Tyler, taken 10 minutes ago, walking toward the cabin. This isn't funny, Brew, Tyler hissed. Who's gaslighting us? Jax, did you set this up? Is this a prank for your own channel? I didn't do shit, mate. Jax yelled, his Australian accent thick with fear. I've been with you the whole time. Suddenly, the basement door slammed shut above them. The LED light flickered. ZZZZT. ZZZZT. Oh my god, the door is locked. Chloe screamed, throwing her weight against it. It won't budge. Tyler, do something. Then, a sound came from the dark corner of the room. A sound like wet paper being torn. He. It wasn't a laugh. It was a mechanical imitation of a laugh. A tall, spindly figure stepped into the light. It wore a suit that looked like it was made of human skin, and its face. It didn't have a nose or ears. Just a mouth. A mouth stretched into a wide, jagged grin that went from ear to ear, held open by rusted fish hooks. What the actual fuck is that? Tyler shrieked, falling backward. The Grinning Man didn't move fast. He moved in glitches. 1 second he was 10 feet away, the next he was 5 feet away, his body twitching like a corrupted video file. Jax, film it, Tyler yelled, even as he backed into the wall. Are you serious? Jax screamed. We're gonna die, and you're worried about the shot. The Grinning Man reached out a hand. His fingers were 10 inches long, ending in black, serrated claws. He grabbed Jax by the throat. Jax didn't even have time to scream. The creature didn't bite him, it absorbed him. Jax's body began to pixelate, his skin turning into grey static as he was sucked into the creature's open, grinning maw. Within seconds, Jax was gone. Only his camera remained on the floor, still recording. He's gone. He's literally deleted, Chloe sobbed, her knees giving out. The creature turned its head toward Tyler. It spoke, but the voice didn't come from its mouth. It came from Tyler's own phone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, Tyler, the phone whispered in a distorted version of Tyler's voice. You wanted to be seen. Now, everyone is watching. The grinning man lunged at Chloe. She tried to run, but the creature was ghosting through the floorboards. It grabbed her by her hair and dragged her into the shadows. The only sound was the crunch of her bones and the notification, ping, of her Instagram. Thousands of people were joining her live, watching a dark screen and hearing her screams. The comments were scrolling by. Is this a movie? Epic PR stunt. LMAO, she's such a good actress. Part 5, the final stream. Pacing, very slow, hopeless, and cold. Tyler was alone. He grabbed Jax's camera and backed into the corner, his mind completely shattered. Please, he whispered to the dark. I'll delete the channel. I'll go ghost. Just let me go. The grinning man stepped into the light. He wasn't grinning anymore. His mouth had shifted. It now looked exactly like Tyler's mouth. The creature picked up Chloe's phone. It pointed the camera at Tyler. One last post, Tyler, the creature whispered, its voice now perfectly identical to Tyler's. Let's give the fans what they want. A total collapse. Tyler looked at the screen of the phone. He didn't see himself. He saw a grey, empty void where his face should be. He was being erased in real time. His memories, his name, his clout, it was all being eaten by the entity that fed on the vanity of the world. I'm not, mid, Tyler whimpered, his voice fading into static. I'm the main character. The grinning man leaned into the camera, Tyler's face now fully formed on its head. It winked. No cap, the creature said to the 5 million viewers. This is gonna be the most viral death in history. Stay toxic, guys. The screen went to static. The police found the cabin a week later. They found the equipment. They found the designer sneakers. But they didn't find any bodies. When they checked Tyler's social media, all his videos had been replaced by a single, 24-hour loop of him sitting in that basement chair, his mouth hooked open into a permanent, jagged grin. The video has 300 million views. People in the comments are still debating if it's real or just a top-tier marketing campaign. They call it the ultimate flex. But if you go to those woods in Appalachia, or the dark corners of London, or the outback of Australia, and you hear the sound of a notification, ping, in the middle of nowhere, don't check your phone. Don't look for the aesthetic shot. Because the grinning man is looking for a new, main character. And he doesn't care if your vibes are immaculate. He just wants your soul for the clout.